below. Breathes the flames from the dying suns, and lives to wake the dying ones. The dying
So, what's up guys, welcome to part 2 of the Ferrari 365. Took a little longer than I was expecting, but I didn't have much time lately, so I do what I can to keep you guys up with my builds, and also sorry for the crappy live assembly I put in the beginning of this video, but that's the best I could afford to show you guys. The rest is just pretty bad. So here's how the Ferrari looks so far. The assembly was pretty fast, took me about, I don't know, 1 hour maybe to assemble all the parts, the chassis, suspension, engine. It was pretty fast. I already have all the interior parts ready for painting. Body is painted and clear coated, sanded it, and now I'll clear coat it again to try and achieve a better finish than it has at this point. As you can see, it's not bad, but I know I can achieve a better finish than this. So, and I also forgot to put the decals, so no major problem. I was considering clear coating it again, so that's for another video. So let's go for the assembly itself. I had some minor things that couldn't figure out from at the beginning. I didn't say anything about it, but Fujimi sometimes has some weird things with the instructions, because this part here that I will try to move, I don't know if I can, but okay, no, I won't move because I'll need to attach the rear section here, because it's the mechanism to open the rear hatch. And when assembling all this part, in the instructions appeared 3 parts. This is a 3-part mechanism. And the first thought I had was, okay, so this is some rear section part that has 3 options. And I started to look at the parts, and I mean, what's the point? And then I started to put them together, to see what was those three parts were effectively, because let me see if I can show you. Okay, not the dashboard. Here. It points here, you have these three parts, and what? You paint them silver and what? It's not the most instinctive thing I've seen. But anyway, I figured it out for myself, and it's in place. Okay, let's go a little bit more in detail. The front suspension was pretty straightforward, except for the springs, which weren't too easy to attach, but everything else was pretty okay, no problems, and I'll see if it is a solid build, because this lower arm is just glued to the chassis, no support, no pins, nothing, just glued in the chassis. Rear suspension, a lot easier, no question, and I kinda like the tight fit all the parts have. It's pretty similar to Tamiya, and I like, because you can attach the part, the part almost snaps into place, and you can apply the Tamiya extra thin, any liquid cement you want to use. The exhaust system, no problems, pretty okay, and well, the color, maybe not the most attractive one, but they say it's a gold color, so I mixed a little bit of gold with copper, so it had a little more used look to it. So this is pretty much the parts that make the front and rear suspension. No, this part here, front grille, which you cannot see very well in here, but let me see, like this. Maybe a little. The grille is kinda satin aluminium, and the prancing horse is polished aluminium. Moving to the engine itself. Well, it looks good, but I mean, the engine is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. No big deal. I mean, we have the engine block, the gearbox. It's probably is the coolant reservoir, starter motor, and the air fuel. I forgot the name. So it's pretty simple build, but it looks good in the end. I mean, it will be almost covered, because it will still have these two parts that make the air intakes, so you won't be able to see much of it. So I guess it's okay. I'm a little used to a bit more detail than this, but it's okay. So the assembly so far is like this, and as I said, I already have all the interior parts ready for painting. if you're wondering how do I attach the parts like this is a handbrake to a toothpick. I just dip the toothpick in a bit of white glue, paper glue, and I put the part there until it dries, so I have a strong support for the part to airbrush it. So no big secret. And oh, I forgot. I removed the chrome plating from the wheels because I mean I don't like it. These are the chrome parts. I hate this because the chrome is always too shiny and too toyish. So I removed the plating, a little bleach on a glass, whatever. You dip them in there and the chrome is out. So part 2, nothing really much to say at this point. Again, sorry for not being able to give you some decent live assembly, but I tried, I really tried, and most of the film I was again out of alignment, and so you would be seeing an empty desk without anything happen. But again, in part 3 I'll try to show you some live assembly, and hopefully this time I won't be out of alignment. One last thing before I finish this, it's about this. As I told you, I had a little problem with the Williams, if you remember, and I told you guys that in the other video that I contacted the owner at the Indigals and told him about the problem with the set of decals, and he offered to send me for free of charge the corrected decals that were missing, and these are the Goodyear ones. Now you can see they are white as they are supposed to be, and also he was trying a new kind of paper, and looks much better because the other paper was a bit thicker than this one, so hopefully it will be easier for me to apply these ones. Anyways, I really recommend you go check out his site because he has lots of good stuff, and I mean they're pretty cheap. For what I've seen so far, they're pretty cheap. Meanwhile, I have a new kit that arrived, and another one, you know, it's on its way here. But concerning the Ferrari, that's how it is at this point. But I'll try to make a faster update this time, and hopefully some live assembly. Until then, take care guys, and I see you later.